So you want to lose weight and actually keep it off this time. You don't want the almost inevitable weight gain rebound to happen. How do you do it? Because you've tried losing weight before, and whatever diet or weight loss plan you're following works at the beginning. Even detox slimming teas that tastes like bud and overpriced juice cleanses works at the beginning. Anything really that puts you in a calorie deficit will work, but you eventually always put the weight back on and then some. Sound familiar? That's why I'm never impressed whenever I see an 8-week magical before and after weight loss transformation. Not to take anything away from the accomplishment, but show me your before and after transformation. Show me how you look 8 months later, because that usually tells a better story whether you're actually able to keep the weight off, because you want long-term sustainable results here. Here's the thing, people see me these days and just assume that this is how I've always looked. No, absolutely not. I'm not naturally lean. I'm not one of those genetic freaks. I didn't win the genetic lottery pool where I can just eat whatever I want and not get fat. Nobody likes those people, by the way. Like, if I go YOLO on my diet and just eat like crap, I'm gonna gain weight just like everyone else. But over the last 8 years of trial and error, I've been able to maintain a physique that I'm proud of. I'm healthy, I'm happy with my diet, my clothes fit me well, but more importantly, I feel good about myself. I feel good in my own skin, and that's what really counts at the end of the day. In this video, I'm gonna share with you my 5 favorite habits when it comes to losing weight, but more importantly, keeping it off forever. How to be a lean, fat-burning machine. These are the exact same tips that I give to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. So you know it works. Before we get started, give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video every week. Okay, I just want to get ahead of this in case you're here and you're looking for some magic weight loss pill. You are going to be severely disappointed with this video if you're just looking for a shortcut. Unfortunately, you still have to put in the work. There is no shortcut to this. There's no free lunch here. Like, these habits are very simple. They're very easy to implement, but you have to keep doing just that. You have to keep implementing them. You have to keep doing the work. You can't just do them once and then just say, I'm good. There's no shortcut to hard work. Just like in life, there's a reason why there's a top 5 percentile. It's that classic 80-20 principle. Like, 80% of the world's wealth is actually owned by just 20% of the population. 80% of people who make like a weight loss New Year's resolution fail. Only 20% end up achieving them. So in this video, my goal is to get you closer to that top 20 percentile. And the first habit that a lot of people who's lost weight and have been able to keep it off is that they're all active. They live an active lifestyle. They all move their body in some way, shape, or form. And that's why I'm such a big proponent of setting a goal of getting 10,000 steps every day, because it just brings a boatload of benefits along with it. And the reverse is also true. You won't have a hard time finding a list of negative health consequences of living a sedentary lifestyle. You'll never hear someone say, oh, I lost so much weight by doing nothing, by just lying in bed all day. No, it does not work like that. And this habit is so powerful because it brings 5 major benefits along with it. Number 1, you avoid prolonged periods where you're just completely sedentary. Living a sedentary lifestyle, like I said, is not good for you. It brings a boatload of negative health consequences. It basically shuts down your fat-burning metabolism and drastically increases your risk of developing chronic disease. The problem is, this is kind of the default lifestyle for a lot of people, especially if you have a desk-bound job where you're just sitting, typing for 8 hours every day. If you drive to work, you're in a sitting position, you're not moving. We get home and the first thing we do is just sit on the couch and watch TV, still not moving much. Walking simply allows you to take breaks from those prolonged sedentary periods. Number 2, it keeps you in the fat-burning zone. Walking basically guarantees to keep you below your maximum aerobic heart rate. That's where you get maximum aerobic benefits with minimum anaerobic stimulation. Translation, staying below your maximum aerobic heart rate is where your body's mainly burning fatty acids for energy. This is that infamous fat burning zone. Yep, it exists. While you might not burn as much calories from walking, rest assured the amount of energy you burn is coming from fat. Number 3, you don't have to do actual cardio. I don't know about you, but I hate doing traditional cardio, just doing this on the elliptical. And a lot of people will agree with me on that. It's just not fun. It's boring. When I realized that I could actually just walk and it's actually better for you, that was a complete game changer because anybody can walk. Number 4, it's relaxing. Walking is basically the opposite of running when it comes to the physiological effects that gets triggered in your body when you do it. When you go for a run every day, you're putting your body in a constant state of stress. It basically thinks that you're being chased by a bear every day. And chronic stress leads to chronic inflammation, systemic inflammation, which then opens up Pandora's box to all sorts of nasty disease. While walking is extremely relaxing. It's basically like active meditation. It's a great way to lower your stress levels. That's why it's so important to incorporate it as part of your daily routine. Number 5, it gives you time for personal development. This is one of my favorite unintended benefits of walking. I never expected this, and personally, this has been one of the biggest game changers for me when it comes to my personal development. I've been able to start reading 1 or 2 books per week instead of 1 book per month because I started listening to audiobooks while I'm walking. I mean, I also listen to audiobooks while I'm driving. I'm one of those weirdos. But that's honestly been my secret weapon, how I'm able to come up with new videos every week, because I just have more capacity to consume more information. And you don't always have to be listening to audiobooks here. You can mix it up because there's also so much value in just enjoying your own company. Notice your surroundings, smile when you make eye contact with someone, and just breathe. And if you can go for a walk on a trail or somewhere close to nature, you're absolutely winning. The benefits just gets magnified. Like, I've never met anyone who didn't feel better after spending some time in nature. Okay, my next favorite habit that I personally do, and I've been doing this since 2012, and I get all my clients to do it, is to weigh yourself first thing in the morning every day. Some people might raise an eyebrow when it comes to this habit, but hear me out. Yes, you should never just rely on the scale when it comes to your progress, but it can be an extremely powerful tool when it comes to seeing exactly where you're at and just making sure that you're always headed in the right direction. And there's research that supports this habit. There's research that shows that weighing yourself every day can actually be helpful. And again, I can personally vouch for this. It just brings so much information and built-in accountability when it comes to what you eat, what it does to your body, and just making sure that you never go off the rails. And it really embodies the statement, you can't control what you can't measure. There are obviously other ways to track your progress, like weekly progress pictures and taking measurements. But if you have a lot of weight to lose and you want to make some changes and you want to lose some of that weight, you want to measure your progress daily on the scale so you know exactly what's going on. Here's why it's key to do it every day. Your weight can easily fluctuate by a few pounds depending on a lot of variables. But if you're someone who only weighs themselves once a week, and that one day just happens to be the day where you had a high carb meal or a cheat meal the night before, you wake up, you're feeling a little bloated, you're feeling a little puffy because of water retention, but you weigh yourself and the scale shows that you gained a bunch of weight, and you start having a complete meltdown. When in reality, you've actually been losing weight the entire week. And if you average out your numbers, you're still down. But on that one specific day, you're on the up side of things. But you won't have that perspective if you don't weigh yourself every day. And if you don't know how to process this data properly, it can send some people on a downward spiral. This is when people just go YOLO on their diet because they say it's too hard, it's not working, they start questioning themselves, and next thing you know, they're completely off the wagon. That's why you want to get in the habit of weighing yourself every day. You have all this daily information and you can average that out to get a more accurate representation of your progress. Bear in mind as well that the process is not linear. Again, depending on a lot of variables like your activity level, how much sleep you got the night before, your current stressors, and your diet. Your weight could easily fluctuate, but as long as you're always going in the right direction, you're gonna be okay. Now, this next habit will almost guarantee that you're always headed in that right direction. I want you to get in the habit of taking a break from eating. This is more commonly referred to as intermittent fasting. And I talk about this topic extensively in a lot of my other videos, but in layman's terms, intermittent fasting allows your body to tap into your fat stores and burn it for energy. It's not a diet, it's a health tool with a side effect of weight loss. And it's one of the main tools that I used to initially transform my body in 2012, and I've been able to maintain my results ever since. It's also what a lot of my clients use to transform their bodies and maintain it. Intermittent fasting also helps curb one of the most destructive habits that's been shown to sabotage people's weight loss progress like nothing else. And that's the habit of snacking, like grazing on food all day. And this destructive habit has been ingrained in our heads for decades now that it's somehow healthy for you because it keeps your metabolism high. Nonsense. That is a myth. The bigger issue as well is we don't really snack on the healthiest stuff. We snack on processed foods usually. And even if you snack on healthier options like fruit, it still reinforces this unhealthy relationship that we have with food, that we're so scared to feel hungry, as if we're gonna die the moment we feel the first sign of hunger. So we take preventative measures by snacking. This makes absolutely no sense from an evolutionary standpoint. Like, meal times are completely made up anyway. There's absolutely no science behind it. Intermittent fasting just gives you this controlled eating window so you're not eating all day. It's basically the anti-habit for snacking, and the longer you fast, the better. You're just giving your body more time to burn body fat for energy. Okay, my next habit to lose weight and actually keep it off has to do with when you actually eat and break your fast, because you can easily undo all the benefits that you got from fasting if you just freestyle your diet. I want you to eat your vegetables, like a lot of vegetables. Listen, there's absolutely nothing sexy about this habit, but it works like gangbusters. And there's always going to be a never-ending debate about which diet is superior when it comes to health and weight loss. And you should check out this video if you want to know my take on it. But almost all diets will agree on this one thing, that you have to eat your vegetables. Half your plate, or even as much as 75% of your plate, should be made up of a variety of vegetables. The more colorful, the better. While the remaining 25% is just going to be your choice of protein. Vegetables contain tons of vitamins, minerals, and micronutrients that your body needs to thrive. It also contains fiber, which activates that stretch mechanism in your stomach, which then activates your satiety hormones, which then sends a signal to your brain that you're full. They're also naturally extremely low in calories, so if you eat a lot of it, it almost guarantees to put you in a calorie deficit without having to track your food. So feel free to eat as much of it as you want until you're satiated. Just make sure you don't go to town on starchy vegetables like corn, peas, and potato. Too much of a good thing is still not good for you. And from an evolutionary standpoint, this is how we evolved to eat. We evolved to eat plants and animals, meat and vegetables. So if you eat a combination of those two things every day, and then you combine it with a fasting window that fits your schedule, and then you get your 10,000 steps every day, that promotes optimal gene expression. You become metabolically flexible. The problem really starts when we start falling for gimmicks and shortcuts, which is actually the last habit that I want you to develop, which might be the most important one of them all. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. To me, this is what ties everything together, because change takes time. You need to have perspective and have realistic expectations about how long this is gonna take. So I'm gonna give you some real, honest, and unfiltered talk here. So let's say you're 250 pounds and you want to get below that 200-pound mark. It didn't take you 10 days to put on those extra 50 pounds that you want to lose. It took you several weeks, months, or even years, which means that it's going to take a little bit of time for that weight to come off. A 1 to 2 pound rate of fat loss every week is really good progress. So you have to exert a little bit of patience with yourself. You have to play the long game here, because you're probably going to mess up along the way as well. The biggest takeaway really here is that achieving a successful weight loss transformation is a process. But the most important part is the process. I'm not saying that the process is easy by any means. I'm saying that it works if you give it some time. Do you see what I mean here? The sooner you can wrap your head around that concept, the higher your chances are of actually losing weight and keeping it off for good. And if you follow all the habits that I laid out in this video, it's not gonna be a matter of if you're gonna lose the weight, it's only gonna be a matter of when. I believe in you, and I'm gonna leave you with one of my favorite quotes here. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. The next question then becomes, how are you actually supposed to eat if you want to lose weight? Because here's the thing, 80% of your body composition is determined by your diet. You can't just freestyle this part. Do you have a proven plan that you can follow? To help you with that, I want to give you a free copy of my Lean Body Blueprint. This is how I melted all the fat around my stomach without depriving myself of my favorite foods or wasting hours at the gym. It's a simple 4-step process specifically designed for busy professionals, and it's the exact same blueprint that I teach to all my private coaching clients, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. If you want to be the next success story, then download your free copy of the Lean Body Blueprint right now. There's going to be a link somewhere at the top here or in the description box. Just click on it, type in your email, and I'll send it to you right away. All right, that's all I've got. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a new video every week. And hey, leave a comment below if you have any questions about this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. First, a high five.